What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. Today I wanted to do a review and wear test on the new Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. So this has been exciting for me to get because this foundation has a lot of wonderful properties. So I went ahead and ordered this online. I believe you're only able to get it online or maybe at Nordstrom's at this time. So I did go ahead and place it online, and you know how it can be with trying to get your shades online. It kind of sucks, but the great thing about Jouer is that they do send you sample packs of all the shades. So let's say you order one and it's not your correct shade, you do have a sample pack to test out the other shades and to also test out the product to see if it's even worth the exchange, and then you can send it back and get your correct color. So that is pretty darn cool. This product has so many awesome properties in it that I'm really excited about. It has tripeptide complex to help hydrate and support the skin's ability to produce collagen, hyaluronic acid, which helps skin keep hydrated and softens the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Now, if you watched my last video, you guys know I've been loving my Skin Diva Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I put this in everything. I can actually put this in any foundation that I use. However, since I've been enjoying this, I want to save this as much as possible. So if this foundation actually works out and it has the hyaluronic acid built in, that will be a plus for me. This also has cucumber extract, which helps soothe irritation and hydrates. Chamomile extract in it. It's paraben-free, matte, oil-free, dermatologist tested, and it is cruelty-free. So this sounds like a miracle in a bottle, okay? Now this product does retail for $38 for only 0.68 fluid ounces. So a standard foundation, liquid foundation, comes in 1 fluid ounce, and for $38 you're not getting a whole ounce. However, this is meant to be a high coverage foundation, which means you're supposed to be able to use less to create that same full coverage look that we all like. So $38 I don't think is too bad if this really does perform the way that it says it performs. So I'm really enjoying the fact that it has so many awesome properties to it. I really want a high coverage foundation that really is going to sit well on my skin, that's not going to settle into fine lines, and that's really going to plump my skin and just look all around baby doll smooth, is like what my husband likes to say. So today I'm going to be doing a wear test on this foundation. I'm going to show you guys how I apply it with using a Morphe sponge as well as an e.l.f. brush, each on one side of my face so that you can see what the coverage is like using 2 different beauty tools. I'm also going to do a check-in with natural light and also take a flash test for you guys. So if you want to see how this product works for me throughout the day, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so this does come in 17 different shades. As you can see, the shade range is okay. I think that there's obviously some room for growth. This is the actual brush that they recommend that you use with it. I'm just not a fan of oval brushes in all honesty, but you know, I mean, maybe it's a bomb one. I did not purchase that for this video. So as you can see, this is the shade range here. Because I do have samples of all of them, I might go ahead and put in some swatches of all 17 shades towards the end of the video. I haven't quite decided yet if I feel like doing all that. I got this foundation in the color Walnut. So this is the packaging. I think it's very sleek. It is a glass bottle with a nice light gold top. It does come with a pump. The directions say to shake well, so I'm going to do so. I did go ahead and prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Water and the Bobbi Brown Face Base. I'm just going to go ahead and put the Sasha Mattifying Primer just in my T-zone. I'm going to go ahead and pull out 1 whole pump. They say that 1 whole pump is supposed to cover your entire face. So I have my little magnifying mirror. That was like a half pump because it was that first one. That's a full pump. So that's the amount that you get, and supposedly this is going to cover my entire face. So let us see. As usual, guys, I'm going to go in with a little brush just to distribute the product on my face to see what we're working with. There is a smell to it. It's not a very pleasant smell, but it's not stinky or anything. And I can see that this dries down already. Like, it dries very fast, and it definitely is full coverage. It pretty much is one of those foundations where you put it is where it is going to go. So this is one side done. This is my other side. So let me try it with a sponge. I think with a brush, I definitely see some clinging to some drier patches on my face. So I might recommend using like a hydrating primer, but let's see how it performs with a sponge. What do you think about the color? The color looks, it looks green. It's very olive undertone instead of golden. This is very full coverage. I almost don't even feel like I need concealer today, which I have not come across a foundation in a long time that I felt like I didn't need to put concealer on with. It does look a little dry on my face, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about this color. Like, I feel like I have a mask on right now. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back with the rest of my makeup done. You guys know I like to keep it simple when I'm doing foundation reviews for you. And I will say that I did go ahead and put concealer on, not necessarily that I needed it for coverage purposes, but because I felt like it was so matte under my eyes. I didn't like that look, so I did add my L'Oreal Pro Glow Concealer because this has like a dewy finish, so I feel like that definitely brought a little bit of life to my face, so I did enjoy that. I did go ahead and lightly set that concealer with the Sephora Micro Smooth in Mahogany, and then I lightly setted the perimeter of my face with the Sephora Micro Smooth in Deep Ebony. I mean, I didn't feel like it needed to be set, but I went ahead and did it to create that dimension to my face and also to set my concealer. I did also just spray my face with the Mara Badescu Lavender Spray. Now, this is not necessarily a setting spray. This is just to kind of blur everything together, so I did use that. Everything went on pretty smoothly, but I am noticing some settling under my fine lines under my eyes, which I feel like I've had more than normal, because normally I don't have that issue this bad. And then also on my smile lines. Now, you guys know I normally set my smile lines with the Urban Decay Primer Potion Anti-Aging, but because of the properties of this foundation and the claims of this foundation, I decided to not do that, just to see, you know, if it would settle. I did use a regular primer. Next time I probably would use more of a hydrating primer versus a mattifying primer, even though I do have combination oily skin. So I did use the Bobbi Brown face base, which is very moisturizing and priming at the same time. So it shouldn't be settling this much this fast, but we'll see how it wears along the day. So this is our starting point. It is 9:27 a.m. and let me take a flash photo for you guys so you can see if there's any flashback. It's okay. I do feel like there's maybe the tiniest bit of flashback, but I don't feel like it's anything concerning. So right now, my only concern is just it is a little bit too drying, too matte, but we will see how this goes along about the day. Maybe it'll warm up and my natural oils will just kind of make everything settle a little bit better, but I will check back in some natural light for you guys. Alright guys, I am back. It is about 4 hours of wear. It is 1:35 p.m. I'm hoping this lighting outside, I'm outside in natural lighting here in Florida. It's actually quite cold right now in Florida, so not a lot of humidity, not a lot of heat going on. And as you can see, this foundation looks horrible. I don't like it. I do not like how this is wearing on my face. I'm extremely oily. I'm not even sure if the camera is picking up how oily I am, especially here around the nose area and on my forehead, basically my entire T-zone. I feel like it looks very heavy, very cakey. Look at these lines underneath my eyes, this creasing, my smile lines. This looks terrible. So I don't think I am liking this so far. It's kind of hard because upon first application it looked so dry, so you think you'd want to use a hydrating primer, but had I not used a mattifying primer, I can only imagine what my T-zone would look like at this point after only 4 hours of wear. So I'm not really happy so far. So I did decide to do the swatches for you. These are the 5 fairest shades. This is Alabaster, which is described as very fair skin with peachy pink undertones. Pearl, very fair skin with beige to peachy undertones. Shell, light skin with cool pink undertones. Porcelain, light skin with neutral to peachy undertones. And Sand, light skin with warm peachy undertones. The second row of colors, or second category of colors, this is Almond, which is a medium skin with peachy undertones. Fawn, medium skin with neutral to golden undertones. Latte, medium to tan skin with golden peachy undertones. Caramel, medium to tan skin with caramel to golden undertones. This color actually looks pretty good. I actually like this color. Macchiato, tan skin with golden beige undertones. Bronzed, medium to tan skin with neutral undertones. And then Nutmeg, tan skin with warm golden undertones. So this color right here actually surprised me. Normally I am caramel in most shades, so this one's looking promising. And it does have those golden undertones. So as you can see, you know, I don't know if the camera's quite picking it up based on my skin, but it definitely does jump around between undertones. So it's kind of hard to follow along because it's not like the shades up go deeper and deeper and deeper, you know. Okay, these are the 5 deepest shades. You have Cafe, which is dark skin with golden red undertones. This looks very orange in person. Walnut, this is the color that I am wearing today. Dark skin with neutral yellow to olive undertones. Cocoa, which is dark skin with warm yellow undertones. This is also pulling green. To me, these two are very similar. I feel like their undertones are very similar, but it is slightly more yellow on this version here. This is Carob, which is deep skin with golden to auburn undertones. This is a beautiful, rich color. And then Espresso, deep skin with rich brown to golden undertones. And to me, this is also pulling very olive. So these are the darkest shades. Of course, I always go towards the darker shade group, but that other color, Caramel, really surprised me. So I'm not sure if that is my color, but we will see. Just had these on for swatch purposes. I went to wipe it off, and you can see how difficult it is to get off. So I also noticed that with the deeper colors, I feel like the texture was definitely more dry compared to the lighter textures. The lighter textures were very liquidy and took a while to dry down, but the darker colors were more of a dry texture. They didn't blend as easily, and as you can see, they are definitely staining my arm here. So I did notice an inconsistency with the batch. That may just be due to the sample batches that I got, but I will tell you guys the darker colors are certainly more drying than the lighter shades, so I don't know what that is about. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because to me that would indicate that this is a long wearing foundation, but that also may explain why it looked very dry on my skin. In other reviews that I've seen, it looked very plumping, so I don't know what that is about. I have never been so ready to take off a foundation in my entire life. Guys, I tried to make it to 5:30, which would have made it 8 hours. It is 4:52, so just a little almost 7.5 hours I've had this on, and as you can see, I am extremely oily. Final verdict, I do not like this foundation at all. I mean, I've never had a foundation look so dry upon initial application that also produced this much oil as it wore throughout the day. It seems very heavy, it feels very cakey. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I look like the freaking Hulk. Like, my face is green. Like, I feel like it's just gotten greener and greener and greener throughout the day. Like, I'm so confused. But I'm going to try to use a different primer. Maybe something more moisturizing. I'm not sure because look at all this oil on my face. I'm going to try to use less product to maybe see if it will be less cakey that way. And then I'm going to try a new shade. So I'm going to try the color Caramel, which is this shade here that I swatched for you guys. And right now, the one that I'm wearing is Walnut. So I'm going to try this shade, which looks a little bit more golden compared to Walnut. And see, let me do a blot just for you guys, just in case. I feel like that blotting definitely helped a lot. I did not blot throughout the day because I wanted to see how much oil would be produced. I will say it looks a lot better and actually looks a lot more refreshed now that I have done that. And I feel like the coloring looks better now that I have done that. But if I do make these changes and I feel like there are some improvements, I will update my description bar below to let you know if that color Caramel worked out for me, and also to let you know if I found the best primer to work with it. If not, this product will be going right back to Jouer.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and until next time, bye!